Hey friend, happy Thanksgiving! It's Kate here, and now I know that not everyone out there is celebrating Thanksgiving today because it is not a holiday everyone celebrates, but here it is one of my favorites. It's a fabulous day where, I get to be with friends and family and just eat like crazy, some delicious, yummy food. So wherever you are in the world, whether or not you're celebrating Thanksgiving, I know that we can always bring some gratitude, some thankfulness into our day, into our body and practice. So today I have a lovely little Pilates yoga fusion class with that in mind. We're going to start our class off setting an intention for ourselves and end bringing that sense of gratitude and thankfulness into our body. You will definitely get a nice, lovely little stretch and workout, so don't you worry. But wherever you are, I hope that you can find a little extra gratitude in your life today. If you feel like sharing what you're grateful for, I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below and tell me, what were you thinking about in class today? I would love to hear. So roll out your mat and let's get started. We'll start in a seated position, whatever feels good for you. Legs crossed, legs extended. Maybe you don't want to sit down right now. That's okay. Eventually we will be down on our mat though. But let's just take a moment to check in with how we are feeling today. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Let your hands rest heavy on your legs. Take a great big sip of air in. And a big, easy sigh out. Again, great big inhale. Nice, easy release. One more time. Let it go. Take a moment seated right here and just notice what's going on in your body today. Do you feel a little sleepy still? Maybe we're excited for the rest of our day. Maybe we just need to get some movement in and we are ready to get grooving and moving on our mat. Maybe you have a particular thought in mind for your lovely little gratitude practice. No right or wrong. But go ahead with eyes opened or closed. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, let them circle down the back. Follow your breath and just let that little path happen over and over again, waking up your shoulders, waking up your upper body. And I am honestly not that concerned with if you're letting your ribs splay right now, which usually I would be pretty particular about. We're just waking up still. No hurry, no rush. Last one, roll those shoulders and pause. Maybe blink the eyes open if they are still closed. Inhale, gather your hands high overhead, taking your gaze with you. Exhale, just let your hands fall down, easy and steady. Again, inhale, gather the hands up, reaching up to the sky, growing long. Exhale, let them easily, gracefully, gently fall back down. One more time, reach the hands up and stay. Think about the place where your sitting bones are touching the mat. Grow up and out of your sitting bones, almost like I am lifting you from your waist. Did your shoulders shrug up? Can we keep them down the back? Bring your gaze back to center. Drip your right hand down to the ground. It may or may not touch, just depending on your body proportions. Grow longer out of that left side, almost as if I'm physically pulling your wrist up, and then take a nice little stretch over to the right. Shoulder down, chest broad. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, look down towards the right, a little stretch along that left side of the neck. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, press into your hand, guide that one all the way up. And then same thing to the other side. Let that hand grow down to the ground. As your right arm lifts all the way up to the sky, and then we stretch over to that left side. Pause for a moment here. Take a big sip of air in. As you exhale, look down to that hand on the ground. No hurry, no rush. Press into it. Guide yourself all the way up. And then let's twist to the right. Right hand back, left hand forward. Maybe you look back towards your extended right hand, or maybe you keep your gaze forward. It's okay. Wiggle those fingers a little bit. Maybe even roll the wrist here if that feels nice. And then swim your hands all the way up. Rotate to the opposite side. Notice, is one side a little easier to twist in? Do we feel like we're hinging forward or leaning back? Ideally, we want our shoulders over our hips. Maybe again, roll those wrists or wiggle the fingertips. Unravel both hands up. Go ahead and take your hands down to the mat and let's rise up to our hands and knees. Now, if you'd like to fold your mat over either to support your knees a little bit or your wrist so we can lessen that kind of angle on our wrist, that's always okay. Take a moment here, zip up through the front of the body, broaden across your chest, begin to find a little cat and cow. Move as you would like to. Maybe that's a little slower than I am. Maybe you want to look over one shoulder, still waking up our side body as you fan open the ribs. Maybe you even want to keep rolling the shoulders back. That can feel kind of nice and different in our tabletop pose rather than just when we're seated. And then take a moment, pause right here. Pull your belly button in a little bit. Notice, are we doing our Beyonce booty today? If you've taken class with me, you know that's when we dump our tummy forward and lift that tush up. Not that I don't love Beyonce, but we don't want to do that to our low back. In our Pilates class, in our yoga class, we want a nice long spine. Broaden across the chest. From here, all I want you to do is extend your right foot out behind you. Now, your toes should still be touching the mat. We're not lifting the leg up quite yet. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, slide your heel almost trying to touch the ground behind you, and then rock your weight forward. Reach that heel back, growing long through the back of the leg, and send yourself forward. One more time back. Bring it all the way up. Take a big inhale. Pull that knee in. Same thing other side. Just nice and slowly waking up the body. Notice, does one side feel a little more tight? Maybe we have more or less range of motion. That's okay. No hurry, no rush. Go ahead and bring that foot back in. Send the right foot out one more time. Now, before we go anywhere, pull that navel in, broaden across your chest. Think about the place where your thigh and your glute connect. You know what I'm going to call it. Our thigh butt. Give that thud a little squeeze as you lift the foot and point the toe. Now, it's very easy to lift that hip up, but we want to keep it down in line with the opposite one. Imagine I'm holding your ankle. I'm pulling that ankle out and away. Take a big, deep inhale. Easy breath out. Another great big inhale. Nice big sigh out. Now from here, give me 5 tiny circles of your lifted leg. Around 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Reverse that circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Another set. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Last time as you circle, don't let those hips move around. Keep them so steady and smooth. And pause. Take a great big inhale. As you exhale, pull your knee into your nose and curl in, and then reach your head and toe away from one another. Exhale, curl in, pulling that navel in. Reach it all the way out and away. One more time. Exhale, pull it in. Send yourself all the way out. Take a great big breath. Drop that knee down to the ground. If you need a wiggle, take it. If you need to move a little bit more, that's great. But otherwise, extend your opposite foot out. Take a moment, set yourself up for success just as we did on the other side. Navel in, low back long, glute and hamstring turning on. Float that foot up, point the toe. Take a moment here and just find yourself feeling so steady, so sturdy. It's like I'm holding your ankle, pulling your toe, your leg back. I'm holding your ears, extending your head a little longer, finding that length through the back of your neck. And then it's time for us to do our little circles here. Around 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Again, keep those hips so even. It's like I'm holding on to them, not letting them move. Pause. Last time, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Take a moment. Have we lost any of that length in our low back? Are we dumping forward? Navel pulls up and in. Big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in. Inhale, drive it away. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in. Inhale, drive it away. 3 more, pull it in. Reach it on out. Last one, pull it in. Reach it out, hold. Take a great big breath. Set that knee back on the ground. Wiggle anything out you need to. Open your knees a little wider. Take your hands a little further forward. Send your hips back in a great big child's pose. Now, if it does feel better for you to keep your knees together, more rounding over, that's okay. Do what works for you. Maybe your forehead is touching the mat. Maybe you're relaxing the back of the neck a little bit. Maybe put a smile on your face. Take a big sip of air in. Easy sigh out. When you're ready, again, rise up to your hands and your knees. Once more, we're going to extend our right foot out behind us, and this time, take your left hand forward. Now, at first, I'm tenting my fingertips so I can find that point of balance. It's easy to rock right or left. For me, the more I think about pulling my left shoulder towards my right hip, pulling my belly button in, the easier of a time I find that I can keep my balance. Now from here, take a moment, float your back foot up. Still think about pulling your left shoulder towards your right hip. When you're ready, see if you can float your other hand away. Maybe this is too much. You can always set everything down if you want to. Take a great big inhale. Exhale, pull your elbow and knee together. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, send it out. 3 more, bring it in. Reach and lengthen. 2 more. Send it out. Last one. Reach it out, pause. Take a moment here. Lift and lengthen away from your hand on the floor. Broaden across your chest. 5 times I want you to touch your toe and finger down to the ground. Exhale, lift back up to that starting place. Inhale down. Exhale, tone the belly, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze the thud as you lift. Drop it down. Exhale, lift. 2 more down. Reach it up. Last one. Lift, pause, take a big inhale. Set the hand and knee down. Wiggle anything out you need to. As you feel ready, extend your left hand out. Tent the fingertips. Just find that same little sturdy, easy place that we can hold for a moment. Broaden across your chest, pull your belly button up and in. When you're ready, float the foot, point the toe, guide the hand up. Take a moment here and feel yourself growing as long as you can from your fingers, through your body, all the way out that opposite toe. At the same time, while we're reaching as long as we can from hand to foot, we're still pulling now our right shoulder towards our left hip. Big deep inhale. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more out. Pull it back. Last one. Bring it in. Send yourself all the way out. Take a moment here. Drop the hand in the foot. Sink your hips back. Find that child's pose once more. What feels different from the first time? Do we want to be still? Maybe you want to kind of nod the head, maybe wiggle the hips a little. Let yourself settle and sink in. Take a big, deep breath. Nice big sigh out. Now eventually we're going to come up to our downward facing dog. Take all the time you need to arrive. Maybe you need to come back up to your hands and your knees and really tuck those toes and slowly guide yourself up. Maybe you need to stay in that tabletop a little longer. Do what works for you. Now go ahead and bend both knees nice and deeply. Think about almost pointing your sitting bones up to the sky. At the same time, hollow the armpits and soften the shoulders down the back. Draw the ribs in. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, straighten your right leg. See if you can press that heel closer to the ground. It does not have to touch. It's not about touching the heel down, but trying to lengthen through the back of that leg. Bend both knees. Think about pressing your chest, your sternum towards the tops of your thighs. Big inhale. Straighten the opposite leg. Big deep inhale. Bend both knees again. If it feels nice to pedal through the feet, slow and steady, just like we did, go ahead. If you want to move in some other way, that's great too. No hurry, no rush. Now, when you're ready, all I want you to do is bend both knees, look to the top of the mat, and walk your toes towards your hand. Find your forward fold. Let your head be heavy. Really drape long through the back of the body. Think about scooping the belly even here. It's like I'm almost holding your waist and I'm pulling your waist up, lifting those sitting bones up to the sky as you let your head kind of drip down to the ground. Take a big deep breath. Bend your knees and slowly roll yourself up, shoulders down the back, one vertebra at a time, to guide yourself all the way up to standing. Now that we're finally standing upright, again, close your eyes. Let's take a moment to check in with our body. How are we feeling different from when we began our class? Are you noticing anything in particular? Is there a part of your body you'd really like to pay attention to? Maybe you'd like to gather your thoughts again and think about that moment, that thought that brings you gratitude. Nothing right or wrong. It's just about finding your practice, finding what you'd like to focus on today. Flutter the eyes open, big inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Exhale, let them just fall down. Now go ahead and bring your feet together. Big toes touch, little space between the heels, belly button in, low back so long. Sit back in a nice little chair. Now again, we do not want to dump forward just like we were in our tabletop. We want belly button in, low back long. Imagine you're holding a present. It's heavy. Give that present a squeeze. Sit a little deeper in your chair pose. Take a big full inhale. Big sigh out. Think of toning your inner thighs towards one another, lengthening long through the back, broaden across your chest. Maybe sit a little deeper. One more big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins or thighs, knees bent or straight, but find a half lift. Press the top of your head forward, your tail back. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe bend those knees. Let yourself really curl in. Inhale again, half lift. Press the top of the head away. Broaden across your chest. Hands wherever you like them. Forward fold. One more time, little half lift. Now from here, I want you to bend your knees so much, press your hands into the ground and step your left foot back. So we're in a great big lunge. Now, if we need to set our knee down immediately, that's okay. If we can keep it lifted, that's great too. Just like you did in your tabletop, almost imagine pressing that back heel towards the ground. At the same time, think about drawing your inner thighs towards one another, creating engagement, lift between those inner thighs. Now go ahead, set your left hand on the ground, right hand to the top of the right thigh. Press into that thigh and look over your shoulder. When we can hold here, or again, lift the hand up. Maybe wiggle it around, maybe roll the wrist, giving that area some love, some attention. Take a big inhale, set the hand down. Another big breath. As you exhale, jump your feet together, forward fold. Hands to shins or thighs, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, half lift. Hands to the ground, step the opposite foot back. For me, that's my right. If you did the other side, it's okay. It doesn't matter. We don't have to do exactly the same thing at every moment. As you arrive here, we can hold or eventually press the hand down, guide the left hand up. Oh, I'm sorry. If you want to bring that hand to the thigh, roll the shoulder back first. That is an excellent way to arrive there. Maybe you were just ready to go like I was. That's okay. Take a big inhale. Hand down. Another breath. Bend the knee, hop your feet together, forward fold. Wiggle around, nod and shake the hips, anything you like. Hands to shins, inhale, half lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, soften. Last one, half lift. Sink down, take a moment, bend the knees, and slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing. Head is last thing to come up. Legs should still be together, inner thighs touching, belly button up and in. Sit back in your chair pose once more. Almost imagine I'm holding onto your hips. I'm trying to press those hips down at the same time. You are lifting those hands up. You're still holding that heavy present. You're reaching it further and further away. Take a great, big, deep inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop down. Now I want you to bend your knees and make yourself a teeny tiny little ball. And then go ahead and start to peel the heels up and really come down into a tiny ball. Now, if we did not do that so gracefully, it's okay. Fun little challenge. Can you slowly tip yourself back and pull your knees into your chest? Whether you hug the top or the bottom is okay. But from here, we are going to do a little rock and roll in our Pilates. Now, if you know anything about this, it's a silly one. Laugh at yourself. Hug your shins into your chest, roll your shoulders back, pull your belly button in 3 times. I just want you to roll back and pull yourself up. See if you can keep your toes away from the ground. Roll back and pull yourself up. One more time. Roll back and pull yourself up. Set those feet on the ground. Walk them a little bit further away. Take your hands behind your thighs, shoulders back, top of the head high, and then grab hold of that present once more. Lightly press into your feet. If it feels better to flex the feet and press your heels into the ground, that's a fabulous modification. But otherwise, take a big inhale. Now, tip your pelvis back. Keep hugging that present. Roll yourself about halfway down. Find your C curve. Take a big sip of air in. Easy breath out. From here, tone that belly hollow. Think of rounding through the back of the body. From here, I want you to flip your palms up to the sky, rotating from underneath the armpit. Take an inhale, slide your hands away. Exhale, tone your belly, bring your fingertips towards one another. Inhale, slide your hands away. Exhale, pull your belly button in, bring them back towards one another. 3 more, inhale. Exhale, close. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, close. Last one, open. Exhale, close, pause. Flip the palms. Hold that imaginary present. Think of reaching the back of your body down to the ground. Inhale, shine your present up to the sky. Exhale, bring it right back down. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, right back down. One more time, up. Exhale down, pause. Hug that present so much. Tone that belly a little bit more. Take a big deep inhale. Exhale, lift your right leg up. Set that foot all the way back down. Exhale, lift the left foot up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, lift. Now this next time, lift your right foot up, hold it there. We can keep our hands where they are, or you could take one behind your thigh, but either way, I want you to exhale, bring the other one up. Find that lovely little boat pose, teaser, navasana, whatever you want to call it. Zip up those inner thighs. Think of having your shins parallel to the ground. Maybe you could balance something right there. That's how steady you are right now. Take a great big inhale. Big deep breath out. Now this might be enough for us. Stay here if it is. Otherwise, 3 times could we reach our toe and head away? Exhale, pull everything back in. Beautiful. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, pull it right back in. Last one, open. Exhale, close. Take a big breath in. Set your foot down. Set the other one down. Lower all the way down onto the ground. How steady can you make your way onto your back? Walk your feet in, broaden across your chest, point your nose straight up to the sky. Think of pressing the small of the back down and lightly into both of your heels. Now I want you to open your hands a little bit further away from your body. Press down into the ground with your palms. Think of me tacking your shoulders down, and then inhale, lift your hips up. Find a little bridge pose. Turn on your foot, cinch your waist, big deep inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, tip the pelvis, lift up, find your bridge pose. Exhale, roll right back down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Find that bridge pose. Spend a moment or two right here, turning on your thought, toning your inner thighs towards one another. Put a smile on your face. Doesn't our lovely little bridge pose feel so, so good? Take a big inhale. Roll all the way down. From here, all I want you to do is hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a little hug, a little squeeze. Maybe circle that knee around. And then extend the left leg long. Now, if there's a bend in the knee, that's okay. No big deal if it's not totally straight. But from here, carry your right leg over to the left side. And we're just going to find a little twist. You can take your right hand out and away. Sometimes it even feels nice to lift it up so you can get a little bit more of a great big stretch along that lateral side body. And then pull that knee back in. Maybe open it off to the right so you can open up through the inner thigh a little bit. You could even circle around right there with that hip nice and open. Set that foot down on the ground. Pull your left leg into your chest. Same thing. Little circle, little movement. And then reach that leg out just like we did on the other side. And then we can guide our leg over. Now, both sides can be so different. Maybe on this side, you can barely twist and that's enough. Maybe you have even more range of motion. It's really up to you. And again, you can extend that hand up overhead if it feels nice. You can just find anything that feels good for you. Eventually, roll onto your back and open that knee off to the left, opening up through your inner thigh. Again, we can kind of move around right there if it feels good. And eventually I want you to pull both knees back into your chest, make yourself a tiny little ball, and let's rock and roll a couple of times. Now, like we did in our rock and roll from earlier, see if you can keep your toes from touching the ground. Once or twice more, just like that. And then pull yourself all the way up to a seat. Just as we started our class, I want you to sit up tall and straight and close your eyes. Broaden across your chest, lift your head up a little higher, lightly tuck your chin down just so we can find that long spine. Now take a moment right here and just find that length in your spine. And then I want you to think about something that you are truly grateful for today. Maybe that's finding time in your day for doing something just for you, this class. Maybe you are so grateful for the mobility, the flexibility, the strength you have in your body. Maybe there's a person in your life you're truly grateful for. Allow that thought to fill your mind completely. And maybe notice, do you smile as you think of it? How does it make you feel? No right, no wrong. But can you carry that feeling with you for the rest of the day? Maybe even the rest of the week. Reminding yourself there are always moments, people, things in our life that we can spend time being so grateful for, so thankful for. And perhaps you want to say thank you to that person today. Take a great big inhale. Big easy sigh out. Slowly blink your eyes open. As always, give yourself a pat on the back, thanking yourself for doing something so good and so special just for you. I really hope you enjoyed our special Thanksgiving class today, and I hope you have a truly wonderful day wherever you are in the world.